Hi, fans of high quality entertainment. So this video is updated because I did one about 4 or 5 years ago, Yes versus Genesis, and at that time I chose Genesis over Yes, and I think probably about 70% of my viewers also chose Genesis over Yes, but my opinion might have changed. It has, through the years, but lately I've started getting back into Genesis quite a bit. So anyway, for Yes, I have 18 albums. I'm going to have a tier list for both of them combined. And just for the fun of it, I'm going to add up points and see overall which albums I like more or which band I like more, just by doing the tier list. So for Yes, I don't have all of their albums. I gave up on them after John Anderson left after Magnification. But I do have included the one album without him, Drama, which I really do like. So 18 albums in total. No live. I've decided not to pick any live albums. Both bands have great live albums, of course. And so for Genesis, I have all 15 of their studio albums. So they're in the ranking too. And so, Yes have been active since 1968, and Genesis started up in 1967. As you can see there. And there is my tier list of the albums I'm going to be ranking. And then what I'm going to do is, for instance, for S tier, any album in S tier is going to be 5 points, and then A, 4 points, B, 3 points, C, 2 points, and D, 1 point. Gets confusing. And so there are all of the band members throughout the years for Genesis. Of course, the most well-known are Phil Collins, Peter Gabriel, Steve Hackett, Tony Banks, Mike Rutherford, Ray Wilson, of course, did vocals on the final album. And then some other great band members, of course, like Chester Thompson and John Mayhew, the original drummer, Anthony Phillips, and for Yes, of course, John Anderson, Rick Wakeman, Steve Howe, Chris Squire. And like I said, the albums with John Davidson, I don't have, so they're not included in this ranking. Peter Banks, the original guitarist, Alan White, of course, and Bill Bruford, again, and some other great musicians. So this is just for fun. I don't take any of this too seriously, unlike some viewers. And and it's just my opinion. And of course, you'll have your opinion, and I'm looking forward to it. Which of the two I hope you watch the whole video, and then you let me know at the end which band you think is better or is your favorite, and also what are some of your favorite albums by each band. So I'm going to rank these, and like I said, S tier, you'll get 5 points. S tier is superior. Okay, in no particular order. Genesis, Wind and Wuthering. I don't know. I really like some of it, and then about half of it I just find kind of boring. So I'm going to put that, just for me personally, in B tier. Genesis, We Can't Dance. I'll put that in B tier, but I like Wind and Wuthering more. Yes Talk, I really like. I'm going to put that in A tier. Yes, 90125. I really like. I'm going to put that at the start of A tier. Genesis, Calling All Stations, their final studio album. It's okay. I'm going to put that in C. From Genesis to Revelation, their debut album. It's okay. I'll put that at the end of C. Close to the Edge is S tier. Big Generator by Yes. I'll put that in C tier. Right there. Genesis, Selling England by the Pound. I know it's some Genesis fans' favorite album. It's not mine, but I still, really like it a lot. I'm going to put that in A tier. Right at the beginning of A tier. Genesis, and then there were 3. The album after Steve Hackett left. I think it's pretty good. I'll put that in B tier, in between those 2 albums. Yes, Open Your Eyes and Close Your Ears. I'm going to put that in D tier. Not a fan. Genesis, Abacab. Pretty good. I'll put that in B tier. Right behind Wind and Wuthering. The Ladder. Yeah, it took me a while to warm up to the album, and now I really do like it. I like it more than Wind and Wuthering, so I'll put it in B tier at the very beginning. The Yes album is S tier, but behind Close to the Edge. All right, Yes, their debut album. I love it. I think it's underrated. I'm going to put that in S tier. Key Studio. So that's all of the studio tracks, because at first they released it with live tracks, which was kind of stupid, but finally they combined it into kind of a studio album. I love Key Studio. I'm going to put that in A tier. At the start of A tier, because I just, enjoy it more than Selling England by the Pound. Duke by Genesis. I'll put that in A tier. Right. I think I like Duke more than Abacab, though. So there. Time and a Word, once again, I think it's very underrated. I love the early Yes albums. I'll put it at the end of S tier. Now this, Genesis, Selling England. Sorry, The Lamb Lays Down on Broadway. Take 2. Now, Genesis, The Lamb Lies Down on Broadway. I just recently listened to the album again, and I've always loved the first disc. It's sides 3 and 4 I didn't love as much, but I really enjoyed it, the most I've ever enjoyed it. And I think I'm gonna, just it's gonna end up in S tier for sure. Pretty sure, but just for now, I'm gonna put it in A tier, at the start of A tier. And Tales from Topographic Oceans, which kind of is, it's, some Yes fans think it's bloated, just like some Genesis fans think the double album of The Lamb Lies Down on Broadway is bloated. But I love both albums. And for me, because I've listened to Tales from Topographic Oceans much more than the Genesis double album, I'm putting it at the beginning of S tier. That's right. I'm not saying it's better than Close to the Edge, remember. I'm just saying, for me personally, I love it more. The self-titled Genesis. I'll put that in B tier. Right there. Genesis Invisible Touch. I'll put that in B. Right there. Genesis Nursery Crime. That's almost S tier, but I'm going to put it in A. Right there. Yes, Drama. Great album. I'm going to put that in A. Right there. Yes, Union. I'm going to put that in C. At the start of C. Genesis, A Trick of the Tail. I saw them on that tour. When you through the years, I do have a new respect for Phil Collins. I have for the last 10 years or so. And then watching that recent documentary on his drumming, his son interviews him, and his son is an excellent drummer too. So I highly recommend you check out that 2-hour interview with Phil Collins. Yeah, his first album, doing the vocals, that's got to be S tier. But I'll put it at the end of S tier because I love those first two Yes albums so much. Yes, Fragile is S tier. Right there. Yes, Relayer is S tier, and I love it more than Close to the Edge. Yes, Magnification I think is very underrated. I'm going to put that just behind The Lamb Lies Down on Broadway. Yes, Tornado. I've always been a fan of that album. I saw them on that tour. That was the first Yes album that I ever bought. The other ones I heard, from my older brothers. I'm going to put that in A tier. I think it's a great album. Right between Key Studio and Magnification. Genesis Foxtrot is S tier. I'm going to put it just behind Relayer. Going for the One by Yes. That's S tier also. Awaken is possibly my favorite Yes song. I'm going to put it right there. And then Genesis Trespass, their second album. I think it's underrated. I as much as I love the live version of The Knife, the studio version is great too. I'm going to put that in A. Just ahead of Drama. So that's just my personal ranking. Yours, of course, is going to be different. So this is how we do it. So I'm giving 5 points for each album in S. So for Yes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And for A, 4 points, 4, 7, 8, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 2, 3, 24 points. And for B, 3 points, 3 points. And then 2 points for C, 1, 2, 4 points. And then 1 point for D. So 72 points total. And now for Genesis, S tier, 5, 10, 10 points in S tier. And then for A, 4, 7, 8, 11, 12, 16 points. Then B tier, which is 3 points. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 16, 17, 18, 21 points. And then C tier is 2 points. And they get 4 points total. And nothing in D tier. So 51 points total. And then I get my old calculator out. So 72 total points divided by 18 albums equals a solid 4 out of 5. And for Genesis, 51 total points divided by 15 albums equals 3.4 out of 5. So it looks like, just from doing this ranking, that I love the Yes albums more than the Genesis albums. But still, overall, I think, even if you love Genesis more than Yes, I can't disagree with you because both of them are such great bands. And, it's just fun to, talk about it and see which band my viewers love more. Yeah, it's just both bands are just so amazing, so much talent, throughout the years in both bands. And Steve Howe is probably right up there as one of my favorite guitarists. And then Chris Squire, of course, on bass. But, Steve Hackett is no slouch on guitar. He's amazing too. And Peter Gabriel, I love his vocals. John Anderson, one of my all-time favorite singers. So yeah, this was just for fun, and I would love your thoughts in the comment section below. Which of the two bands is your favorite? And what are some of your favorite albums? And that's it. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.